Coronavirus, coronavirus, coronavirus. There's no way that COVID-19 has not affected you in one way or another, especially if you are selling in e-commerce or if you're selling online at all. Whether it may be affecting your sales or it may be affecting, certain delays, it has definitely affected you in one way or another. In this video, I do want to go over how the COVID-19 virus has affected my personal business, how it may affect your business too, and how you can prepare for what is to come. Let's go. What is up, Prestige fam? Welcome back to the Prestige Amazon FBA YouTube family. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Definitely consider subscribing if you're interested in anything Amazon FBA related. I release 2 videos every single week. If you guys don't know me, my name is Andy. I've been selling on the Amazon platform for a few years now. So if you guys are interested in anything, definitely again consider subscribing. If you guys do on Facebook, definitely check out my growing Facebook group at Prestige Amazon FBA Mastermind on Facebook and Instagram, where I post daily content, and all of that is in the direct links below. And if you guys are interested in a cheat sheet, if you guys are just starting out, I included I just made a cheat sheet for the 2020 season, and that's down below as well, so definitely go check that out. Extremely useful, huge tips that I personally find very useful. And if you guys are interested in a free coaching call, definitely stay till the end of this video to find out how you can be entered into winning that. So I do want to start out this video by saying that I am in no way an expert in, global health or economics. And basically this video is just to kind of show you guys and let you guys know what I've personally been going through in my own personal business over the course of the last few weeks. Actually, the last few months. So hopefully this definitely helps you out. And if you guys have been going through this as well, comment down below and let me know what you've gone through, because I'm sure that we've gone through very similar things in terms of delays and things like that. But I do want to include also in the beginning of this video to just be thoughtful of others during this crazy time and these times of need. I've been going to a lot of stores, and I'm in the Bay Area, so there's a shelter in place that has just been in place, or just been active. So a lot of people aren't really allowed to go out, and a lot of people have been stocking up and overly stocking up and acting out in ways that are somewhat irrational. It's a 3-week shutdown, and I know that people are panicking, but please try to calm down a little bit. I think people are panicking a little too much, and people are buying, for example, a lot of toilet paper. Like, the coronavirus doesn't make you use the restroom more than, on a normal day. So definitely consider others who really need the toilet paper, or others who need, vitamin C, who need hand sanitizer, hand soap, the essentials, right? Don't be going out and buying 2 years worth of things that you probably won't use for years and years to come. Definitely try to be thoughtful of others, because there's a lot of spread, and most of the times people going out to buy these products aren't really in need, and the virus crucially affects people with weaker immune systems. So if you have a healthy immune system, take what you need, but don't over purchase. Try to help others, just be thoughtful, be kind, as Ellen DeGeneres says, be kind to one another. But with that said, it's definitely been a crazy last few months, especially since just the beginning of January. Me, my personal business, what I've become used to is just preparing my inventory and managing my inventory well enough to kind of get ready for the Chinese New Year season. If you guys are new to selling on the Amazon space, and if you guys are sourcing from Asia or China, there's a huge holiday called Chinese New Year, which usually lasts about a month. So most of the shipping forwarders and factories and suppliers will usually be on break and vacation, celebrating with their families. It's a huge holiday, and a really big holiday that the Chinese people take very seriously. So most of the times they won't be much in contact with you for about a month. So if you guys were in that process of talking to them and they kind of cut you off, it's because they're spending time with their family, which should be a very joyous time. So definitely be considerate of that. But basically, I was preparing my business and preparing my inventory to last a month pretty much, or 2 months. But unfortunately, at the start of Chinese New Year's, which I believe was the end of January, which was when the coronavirus got a lot more intense in the Chinese and Chinese surrounding areas, especially Wuhan, where the epicenter was. There's a lot of manufacturing companies and suppliers within a few hours of that area that were definitely greatly affected. So instead of the Chinese people having a great holiday and enjoying their time with their family, they were faced with having to stay inside, become isolated, not really talk to anybody, and they weren't expecting it, right? They had initially planned to have a nice vacation for a month with their family, spend time, drink, eat, just enjoy, but instead they were faced with the epidemic of the coronavirus. Now, with that said, a lot of these companies and a lot of these businesses weren't sure how long this crisis was going to last. They didn't know that it was going to extend over their typical Chinese New Year break. And with what happened to me and my personal business was that I had a few factories about 4 to 6 hours outside of the epicenter. And even then, of course, people were kind of spreading around and trying to move out of the epicenter. But all of these companies and all of these suppliers definitely went ahead and took the precautions to be able to make sure and limit the spread of the virus. So with me personally, some of my products and some of my suppliers were actually, suspended and, not allowed to work for an additional about 4 to 6 weeks. So in additional to the month-long Chinese New Year vacation, about another month to a month and a half, a lot of my products were, or not a lot, but maybe 1 or 2 of my products were sold out. So I wasn't able to ship any of the prepared inventory out until, things started to calm down. And on top of that, a lot of like the R&D, my research and development for certain products that I was planning to launch also got slowed. So instead of launching, months ago or weeks ago, I'm still not able to kind of finish that up and get those products shipped out. So in addition to the actual delays on the supplier and manufacturer level, aside from the fact that I wasn't able to, produce a lot of my inventory and move forward with a lot of the research and development, there were a lot of delays also on the shipping side. So for me specifically, and I'm sure for some of you guys, I personally was not able to ship a lot of my products out for another 2 to 3 weeks in addition to the actual normal Chinese New Year break. So this definitely affected my inventory as well. From this, me personally, I'm definitely going to be keeping in stock, at least a month to 2 months worth of inventory now for each and every one of my products, because you never know when this type of, problem or dilemma is going to arise. So it's definitely good to just have that safety net, have that cushion especially. And if you guys are in the USA, with the current USA new restrictions, there aren't air shipments are not allowed to be shipped into the US currently. This may be happening to your forwarder. This is definitely happening to my shipping forwarder. They have banned air shipments temporarily. So the fastest method of just getting stuff shipped over is by a speedboat or fastest sea shipping. But in terms of air shipments, definitely be aware that you guys are no longer to ship air shipments over into the USA. Now, while being on the topic of the coronavirus, I do want to speak on sales a little bit, because for me personally, I definitely have seen a drop in sales, and that just makes sense within the nature of what is going on in the category that my current products are in. I know of people selling face masks and sanitizers and toilet paper who have had huge spikes in their sales in a good way. Also, people in supplements also have a huge spike in sales. So there's definitely a bunch of categories that do and have benefited from the epidemic hitting, coronavirus taking into effect or taking full effect in the USA. So there definitely has been a lot of changes depending on the categories that you're selling in now. So if you guys are selling and you guys have seen a drop in sales like myself, do not panic. Remember, people are working tirelessly to kind of figure out and isolate themselves and quarantine themselves to help the spread of the virus. So this is something that'll definitely go away. Just try to stay calm. I know everybody's panicking a little bit, but sales are temporary, money comes and goes. I'm sure that you'll bounce back very soon, so just be ready for that. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents on, how we can persevere and kind of move forward these times as e-commerce sellers. For number one, I just highly recommend that you guys manage your inventory well. I've definitely learned this lesson myself. I personally thought I was managing my inventory well, but not well enough. I guess nobody could have expected this coronavirus to hit in a major way that it has, but it definitely pays to manage your inventory well. I have created a few videos on this, on how to forecast and manage your inventory as best as possible, but just be aware and just be cautious moving forward. It's always nice to have that safety net and have extra units in your inventory. The second thing I do want to mention is just to stay up to date with the news. There have been a lot of things like travel bans and things like that, so this will also affect shipping in one way or another. And as mentioned earlier, for example, air shipments were kind of suspended temporarily as of the time of making this video, but things can change constantly, and it definitely pays, especially with the ever-changing regulations and rules of the coronavirus. Definitely pays to actually stay up to date as much as possible, and with everybody staying at home, I'm sure this is doable. And with that said, everybody that is going to be staying at home, I think all of my personal friends that usually work 9 to 5s are staying home now because their workplaces, they work for large corporations, so a lot of their employers want them to stay home and limit that spread and social distancing. So a lot of people are going to be on their laptops constantly, potentially browsing Amazon, buying things on the platform. So you may see constant sales, you may see an increase in sales, you might see a drop in sales, but definitely just be prepared for that. Because a lot of people are staying home, they only have access to their computers. So Amazon is a huge site, and if you're selling on Amazon, it is an interesting time to be doing so. The fourth thing that I do want to mention is just to be able to stay in contact with your suppliers. As mentioned, with the ever-changing news of the coronavirus and COVID-19 and different regulations set in place across the country, there are a lot of different changing pieces to the Amazon game, so definitely stay in contact with your suppliers, your shipping forwarders, make sure they're all active and running and healthy, because you don't want one piece of the pie or one piece of the actual business to fall apart to kind of just ruin the rest of the business, or not have everything move as smoothly as possible. So just stay in contact with them. It doesn't help just to make sure they're all healthy and everything's working properly. It also increases the friendliness of how they are and the partnership and the relationship that you have with these partners. So definitely helps overall. And for the last piece, I do want to just mention, and I do want to say, and I've been saying this for the last 3 videos or 4 videos, but just stay sanitized, and I've been mentioning this on my IG story as well. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, stay safe, stay sanitized, stay prepared. As mentioned, try to be thoughtful of others who are in need of certain supplies. It's going to be an unexpected week, but everybody's home. Hopefully everybody's safe. But again, wash your hands. It's the least you can do, and what will definitely help the spread. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you guys found it helpful. Help me increase that engagement. YouTube definitely appreciates it. Helps the YouTube algorithm in ranking this channel. And getting me a little more subscribers. But if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you have any questions or comments as always. And if you guys are interested in that free 30-minute coaching call, all you guys need to do is like this video, comment down below, #Prestige Amazon FBA, and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys haven't already gotten the 2020 cheat sheet, please be sure to do so down below. It's the first link down below in the description. When it's on next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.